Hello, and welcome to Mountain Lion News. I'm Maddox DeLauder.
And I'm Nathan Trout.
Local DJ Lisa Lopez Galvin was killed last week at a Super Bowl victory rally in Kansas City. A mass shooting, which occurred on February 14th, found 30 people hospitalized, 22 of which had gunshot wounds. 11 of those injured were children between the ages of 6 and 11. There were an estimated 1 million people assembled outside Union Station when the incident occurred. Little is known about the perpetrators at this time. 3 people have been detained, and the police are currently investigating the tragedy. Also in this week, a train carrying various materials derailed in Morgan County on Monday. Local emergency response teams were called into the area to check the derailment site. As of Tuesday, CSX, the transportation company, released a statement. In the statement, they said that there were no injuries to staff and that none of the cars holding hazardous material lost any of their contents. Among the contents lost, however, was 1 car containing dry cement, 1 car containing calcium chloride, a commonly used firming agent in foods, and 4 cars containing sodium hydroxide. The cause of the derailment is still under investigation, with CSX working on a recovery plan to recover the lost goods. I'm sure as the week progresses, we will learn more from the investigation.
On February 14, 2024, Mon Metro Drug Task Force, along with the FBI, busted a multi-state drug ring based out of Morgantown, West Virginia. U.S. Attorney Bill Eilenfeld said that the operation supplied large amounts of methamphetamine, cocaine, and fentanyl to dealers in West Virginia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. The members of the organizations operated from apartments in Morgantown where they stored the drugs. The police are still on the look for Rodney Johnson, 46, the leader of the group, Ryan Shaw, 27, and Rashid Bradsher, 47, all of Philadelphia. 12 West Virginians were indicted in correlation with the drug ring. The West Virginia State Senate has passed a bill that keeps slow drivers out of the fast lane. This bill was introduced in January with the goal to restrict slow drivers from driving in the left lane. This bill would require drivers to remain in the right lane except for passing vehicles, preparing to exit, or if the road is in need of repair. If the bill gets signed into law, the West Virginia Division of Highways will be required to post signs alerting drivers of the new law to keep right. According to the bill, the offense would be classified as a misdemeanor and would result in a fine of $25. A second offense within a year would result in no more than $200, and a third offense could be up to $500. On Friday, the Senate passed the bill with 32 votes, and it has now moved to the West Virginia House of Delegates. Also, while on the topic of roads, talks of a new bill affecting smokers has passed the state of West Virginia. The bill restricts adults from smoking in vehicles while there are children under 16 present in the car. The bill is designed to prevent children from exposure to secondhand smoke. If passed, the bill would charge the guilty party with a misdemeanor and a $25 fine. Some say this fine is not harsh enough penalty to stop smokers. They argue that $25 could not compare to the long-term effects and financial issues that come with secondhand smoke, such as asthma or cancer. Although the bill has passed the Senate, it has yet to pass the House of Delegates and be signed off by the governor. Stay tuned next week for more updates.
On a sadder note, on February 12th, longtime morning radio host Bob Edwards passed away at the age of 76. Edwards was the host of the NPR radio morning show, Morning Edition, for 24 and a half years. NPR adding that he was the voice we woke up to. In 2004, he interviewed one of his radio heroes, Charles Osgood, which ended up being his last show. Osgood was also the first person Edwards interviewed for Morning Edition. After Morning Edition, Edwards went on to host a show on Sirius XM radio called The Bob Edwards Show. He also had a show through public radio channels called Bob Edwards Weekend. Our deepest sympathy goes to Bob's friends and family during this troubling time. While still on the topic of radio, country music icon Toby Keith has also died. His death was announced on his official website and social media accounts on Tuesday, 18 months after he revealed he had stomach cancer. He was 62 at the time of his death. Keith, the should have been a cowboy singer, died Monday night surrounded by his family. A short statement said he fought his fight with grace and courage. Keith announced that he was living with cancer in June 2022, and in September last year, he spoke of the roller coaster experience of going through treatment. Keeping with the sad tone, actor and director Carl Weathers has also passed away. He passed away on February 1st at the age of 76. According to his family, Weathers died peacefully in his sleep. Weathers got his start in college and professional football before eventually making his way to Hollywood in 1973. His first major role was Apollo Creed in Rocky. Weathers would return to play the role in the preceding 3 Rocky sequels, along with other iconic roles such as Colonel Al Dillon in Predator, the title role in Action Jackson, Combat Carl in Toy Story 4, and Greef Karga in The Mandalorian, which got him nominated for a Primetime Emmy. Weathers had also directed many episodes of shows such as The Mandalorian, Law & Order, and Hawaii Five-0. Weathers' family have not yet revealed the cause of death. Coming up after the break, we'll check in with Cody Fry in the Lion's Den.
Cody speaks with Will Jackson of Concord Esports and discusses their recent national title. Stay with us.
My degree in optometry. Concord has a really good reputation for their biology program, which is the reason that I chose to come to Concord. For me, Concord was a good choice because I knew I had to put my education first, but it also has a lot of other opportunities for students here. We have lots of clubs. Our sports teams do very well. It's just been an amazing experience for me.
I am a business administration major with an emphasis in administrative systems and management. My favorite thing about Concord is the fact that I get to serve in the community here. You get a great education, but it helps build you as a person because you have such strong connections with everyone here. It's a big family.
Our alumni take great pride in their Concord University degree. Here's why. On average, 25% of our graduates go to prestigious graduate schools like Johns Hopkins, Duke, and Columbia University. Our graduates hold high-level positions with employers like Nike, Microsoft, the Pentagon, Disney, and Amazon. Others are teachers, accountants, and social workers, and more start their own businesses. Concord's career-focused liberal arts education allows you to pursue various career options, not just a single job. Check us out at concord.edu.
Visit concord.edu to learn more.
Welcome back to Mountain Lion News.
Concord's esports program has recently won a national title. To find out more, let's check in with Cody Fry in the Lion's Den.
Welcome, I'm Cody Fry, and this is the Lion's Den. Here with me we have Will Jackson, the captain of the Rocket League team. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Can you explain what esports is really?
Yeah, so the quickest way to say it is it's competitive gaming. I kind of think of it the same way as chess or any other game where it's a sport in the mental sense of that you're competing against each other in highly strategic, often fast-paced situations to try to win.
So you are with the Rocket League team. Can you explain more of like what Rocket League is?
Yeah, Rocket League is it's such a goofy game. It's car soccer. You pilot a flying RC car around the field to hit a soccer ball.
So this is your senior year. How did it feel to actually win the championship your final year here?
It was crazy. It definitely caught me off guard because, you know, I'm getting close to retirement age, you know, and getting close to moving out to the senior home, and I never expected it, but it was just crazy to be a part of.
Can you talk more about the playoffs, like how the team's mindset went and everything like that?
Yeah, so the way the league that we were in ended up going, we always knew what it was going to be. We knew we could take every single team in there any day of the week except for Boot and Parker, the team we played in the finals. So we figured we'd, you know, cakewalk to the finals and then get stomped and call it a season.
Bruton Parker is a familiar team, so how did it feel like actually like beating the team that you had trouble with? That was the only loss of the season, I believe.
Yeah, we had gone 7-1 in the regular season with the only loss being to Bruton Parker, and they're extra familiar because one of our guys, E.T., is a transfer from Bruton Parker. So we have a lot of connections with that team. We've played them in scrimmages, you know, lost to them a lot of times in scrimmages. So I think that's what made it extra unexpected, because we already knew how we played against that team.
So, having the success of last season, what can the fans expect this season that people may not even look into esports that they might watch now?
Well, we've definitely all doubled down in terms of how much we're practicing, the intensity that we're practicing at, because I think it kind of opened all of our eyes to what was possible. We never even thought that we would have won anything, so it was so crazy, and we all want that to happen again, and we're all putting in that extra work so that we get another championship.
That was the last question I had, so let's send it back to the desk.
Continuing with esports, Concord is hosting a high school open tournament on February 24th. The tournament will host local high schoolers who enjoyed the popular gaming franchise Super Smash Bros. If you don't know, Super Smash Bros. Is a popular competitive combat game that features lovable Nintendo characters. The event will be held in the Ray Hall building located on campus. Their goal is to give back to the gaming community and potentially look out for future Mountain Lions. Players who win will receive an award for winning the tournament. The awards included are a trophy and a few plaques. If you can't make it in person, the event will also be streamed on the official Concord Esports Twitch page. Make sure to follow their socials to see updates on times and information about the tournament.
Stay tuned after the break.
For sports.
Our alumni take great pride in their Concord University degree. Here's why. On average, 25% of our graduates go to prestigious graduate schools like Johns Hopkins, Duke, and Columbia University. Our graduates hold high-level positions with employers like Nike, Microsoft, the Pentagon, Disney, and Amazon. Others are teachers, accountants, and social workers, and more start their own businesses. Concord's career-focused liberal arts education allows you to pursue various career options, not just a single job. Check us out at concord.edu.
Visit concord.edu to learn more.
Welcome back to Mountain Lion News.
Now we will hand it off to our local sports professional.
Hello, I'm Seth Ross, and this is Concord Sports. The NFL season came to a close Sunday night with the Kansas City Chiefs defeating the San Francisco 49ers 25-22. Super Bowl 58 was the longest Super Bowl ever played, while also being only being the second Super Bowl in history to go into the overtime period. While being the longest, it was also the most watched ever, with an average of 124 million viewers, and the game peaked at 203 million viewers. The halftime show was headlined by Usher and Alicia Keys, while rappers Ludacris and Lil Jon also appeared at the performance. With the official season over, The next major event in the football season will be the NFL Draft, which will take place Thursday, April 25th in Detroit, Michigan. The Major League Baseball season is almost upon us as spring training for all 30 teams is officially underway, with opening day scheduled for Thursday, March 28th. The NBA has reached its halfway point with the All-Star break looming. The Boston Celtics lead the Eastern Conference with a 43-12 record, while the Minnesota Timberwolves lead the Western Conference with a 38-16 record. Now, transitioning over to Concord sports. Baseball season is underway as the team hosted Pitt and Johnstown for their first series of the year. The Mountain Lions won 2 of 3 games to secure their first series win of the young season. Andrew Neff of Concord was named MEC Pitcher of the Week after his dominating outing where he tossed 6 shutout innings, while only allowing 3 hits and recording 5 strikeouts. Neff is now the all-time leader in strikeouts in Concord history at 242 and counting. Concord softball is off to a hot start as they currently sit at 5-1 after sweeping Virginia Union at home this past week. Nancy Jo Roberts of Concord was awarded the MEC Pitcher of the Week after she recorded a career-high 9 strikeouts while only allowing 3 hits in an 11-0 win over Virginia Union. The softball team will look to keep their winning ways alive as they travel to Belmont, North Carolina to take on Belmont Abbey. The men's track and field team wrapped up their indoor competition this week, placing 7th at the Mountain East Conference Championships. Concord recorded 37 total team points, while Charleston, the winner of the competition, tallied 137 points. Meanwhile, the women's team finished 8th with 15.5 points. The outdoor competition opens in early March. While it wasn't the finish that they were hoping for, Ian Gardner and Nadia Renee are 2 big names that broke records on the track team. The men's basketball team is having an outstanding season as they sit at 19-4, riding a 9-game winning streak. We have highlights from their 83-63 win over West Virginia Wesleyan. Let's get to the highlights. We start with the highlights with a dish down low to Renee Diop for the 2-hand slam. Now J.J. Harper at the start of his huge night with a corner 3, and then he also could do it on both ends as he shoots for 3, and then with the drive right here, the take, and the finish. Looking for the foul, didn't get it, but it's all good. Then the spin down low to the dish for another bucket. Concord started off hot, and they never looked back. As you can see, another slam from J.J. Harper. Now coming back down, J.J. again on the defensive side with the block. Now Colin Tolbert with the baseline jumper, and it's good and made the score 48-31. Now coming back down, Jordan Wooden misses shot, follows a shot, and gets the layup to go back in. For our final highlight, Corey Boston with the drive and the spin, and he's going to throw it to Aiden Ince down low for the little mid-range jumper. The team jumped 2 spots into 5th in the most recent regional poll. The regular season is winding down as the MEC tournament starts on March 6th. Moving on to the girls' basketball, they are off to a respectable start as they sit at 14-10 after their most recent win against Davidson Elkins. The team is led by leading scorer Jasa Smith. Smith recently recorded her 1,000th point at Concord. The team looks to build off their 3-game winning streak as the regular season ends on March 2nd. Our own Emma Landolfo has a chance to catch up with Jasa Smith to talk about her amazing accomplishment.
One Concord star reaches a milestone on the court, and I had a chance to sit down and talk with her and her coach about her milestone.
Work ethic is something that, we teach we preach in our program daily about being the hardest worker in the room. We're constantly on our kids about, you should always want to outwork your opponent, within a game, in the sports world for sure, but you're going to have to outwork people for the job that you want.
A senior basketball star in the Mountain East Conference hit a milestone by reaching 1,000 career points. At just 21 years old, she is one of 21 people to reach this achievement in Concord University history. Jasa Smith is known as a key player on Coach Southcott's roster. Coach describes Smith as a special player on their roster.
She's a local kid. She's from Bluefield, in West Virginia, and I've watched her, play since she was a very young age kid, and her game has only improved from the time of middle school I started watching her play to now.
Smith's work ethic and leadership on the court leads her and her team to great success.
Jasa is a testament to the work ethic that D2 athletes have to put into over the summer, but Jasa really takes her summer seriously and improves her skills She's in the weight room. This summer I really saw her game elevate and change from a strength standpoint.
I was able to ask Jason Smith about how she felt hitting her 1,000 career points.
I was definitely surprised. I was like 22 points away. There's no way I'm going to get it this game. I ended up finishing with 29. And I remember I remember looking at my parents and they're like holding up, I'm like, why are they throwing up peace signs? Like two. I'm like, 2 more? And I remember going up to the free throw line and I needed to hit both of them to hit it. I hit both of them and I was just like, wow, I really did that. It's definitely something I didn't think I'd accomplish in college school. I mean, I was able to do it in high school, but I feel like college, to be able to do it in both was awesome. Definitely surprised. If you would have told me in high school that I would have got 1,000 points in college, I would have probably smacked you.
Jason Smith plans to come back for her 5th year.
COVID gives a kid, an extra year like that, so she's planning to come back for her 5th year next year. And as a coach, to have a kid like that in all conference selection to return for another year, you're super excited. So I'm really looking forward to see what else she does accomplish.
Just knowing that, I only got a few more years left of playing the sport that I played my whole life, dedicated my whole life to, that keeps me motivated to play hard, to see my teammates, my coaches, my family.
Finally, we asked Jason Smith what her final goals were for the rest of the season in her career.
Definitely to win MEC, just constantly become a better teammate, a better player, a better leader. It would be fun to, hit 2,000, hit 1,500, but I think winning MEC is definitely everybody's. Would love to make first team, make a team, those are just goals that are set before season, so definitely accomplishing those will make me happy.
And that'll do it for sports. Let's head back to the desk.
Thank you, Seth. And finally, get ready to lace up your dancing shoes because Saturday, February 24th, Concord University will be hosting their 6th annual President's Ball, located at the Jean and Jerry L. Beasley Student Center in the ballroom from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. The theme of the ball is Moonlit Masquerade. Guests are encouraged to dress in formal attire with a twist of mystery and intrigue. Handheld masks are welcome to make your outfit more mysterious. General admission tickets are $20 for locals and $10 for active students. VIP tickets are $40 for locals and $30 for active students. To find more, visit Concord's webpage.
And that's all the time we have for this week's Mountain Lion News. I'm Maddox DeLauder.
And I'm Nathan Trout.
Until next time.
Visit Concord.edu to learn more.